Hey, we're back with another episode of the Torch Mom podcast. Tonight, we have Kenya, a Torch Mom taking on risk and crushing hate daily. Let's get this Torch talk started. Hey, Kenya, how are you?
Hey, love, how are you? Thank you for having me today. I know it's been
I'm
drama
doing
this earlier.
no worries, no worries. I am doing great. Thank you so much for asking. The drama is always needed so we can make sure we get comfortable before we get started, okay?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to jump right into these questions and get this party started.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So, what aspects of your upbringing and surroundings do you believe have shaped your identity and values as a powerful mother?
So I feel like growing up, my dad was always in the community. Like he always did community outreach, always outspoken when it came to getting things for the children, making sure that our neighborhood was in order, just keeping us busy. So I really feel like that really, helped me. So I don't know if you ever heard of the caveat, Chris's Addicts down on First Street.
No, no, I'm not
You
familiar
gotta
with it.
Google it. Okay, so my dad used to run a place called Chris's Addicts down between First Street, North Capitol, Rhode Island Avenue. So it was like a big Pepco building where they had different events. They had go-go bands. They had a lot of things, happening for the community. So that's where I really feel like everything started for me. My dad has always been the kind of person where, he made sure that everybody was okay, made sure that we was always into different activities, just being a part of the community, making sure that we care about what's going on around us. So, me growing up, it was more like a community. It was really a family. When you hear people say, it takes a community, it's a tribe, that's what it was. For me now, having my own kids, my community has to be handpicked. um, I have a thing about certain people coming into my children's life. Now the the way that the world is right now, the way that people behaviors are, their different energies. I have to be very careful about what I bring around my children. So I may have friends that have children that I just feel like is not on the same page of where I want my boys to be. And I have to be very protective because I have kings. I have to groom my kings a certain kind of way to make sure that they can survive out here. And I try to make sure that they understand that everything you see is not what it really is. It's always something behind it. So you always have to see what it is, look at it from a different perspective, look at it from the person perspective, look at it from your perspective, and then you make a decision. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's way harder out here now compared to when I was growing up. And I think we talked about this before when we met up about, just being in the business. Like I'm always in the business when it comes to my children. You ask them, I need to know your friends, their parents, where you at, what you doing, who you with, what y'all do, like everything. That's just, because I got to make
Yeah.
sure if their parents ain't right, they ain't right. That's how I feel. And I always want a parent to know that if your child come over here, that they taken care of, you know? So I
Yeah.
know it's a delay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like,
It's all good.
even
We're
for
gonna
me
work
now,
through it.
it's good. I know, right? So, like, even for me now, like, all these things is going on out here in these streets with these teenagers under 18. It is crazy. I got a 19-year-old. I need to know where you at. You got to be in
Mm-hmm.
the house at a certain
Mm-hmm.
time. I need to know who you at. If you're not in my house by a certain time, I'm calling you. Be like, where you at? How long does it take you to get home? Like, you got to really be in their business. Like, where you at?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're not grown. You only grown to a certain extent. You grown when you
Most
get out of
definitely.
here. You're not grown. You only grown to a certain extent. You grown when you get out. It's my rules
Mm-hmm.
until you leave. You have freedom, but your freedom come with a price.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. It is
Respect.
definitely hard out here. Um, you know how we always say we're gonna do better than our parents. We're gonna raise the kids like we was raised, or not raise the kids how we was raised. I think I do a little bit of both. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the values I teach my children are the same values that I've grown up with, but then I have to be a little flexible because I know the things that I did when I grew up. So I'm always on top of what it is they
Mm-hmm.
doing. Like, don't be trying to play me. So it's a different world. What can I say? But I really just feel like they they need to care. Like, children need to care. You need to care about yourself. You need to care about your community. You need to care about your future. You need to care about this earth. You have to care
Mm-hmm.
about everything to be able to survive. You can't just care about yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Dropping gems at the beginning, okay? I love it.
You crazy.
I love it. Okay, so I know you mentioned that you had both epidural and no epidural
Yeah.
experiences during childbirth. Share the differences with us. How was that?
So with my first son, I had an epidural. Um, I was in labor for like 8 hours, and the first epidural didn't work. I waited to the last minute, of course, because I was supposed to been. I had this whole birth plan. I was gonna have the baby at home, no epidural. This shit ain't happen. Okay.
Okay.
I was in the hospital with preeclampsia. Got an epidural like at the last 5 seconds, and the first one didn't work. I had to cuss out the nurse to get the doctor in to get the second epidural. By the time I got the second epidural, everything was numb but my toes. And I didn't like it. I felt like my son was
Mm.
woozy. I didn't feel like I was completely there. And then I felt like he was on drugs, to be honest.
Okay.
My second child, my third child, I had no epidural. I soldiered up. The difference for me, I felt like I was more in tune with myself. I was more in tune with myself. Even though it was pain, it was great pain. It was pain that I felt like that I needed to feel to be humble when it came to my children. Does that make sense? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I need to let my
Mm-hmm.
body do what my
Yep.
body needs to do to bring me full circle to be there for them, if that makes sense. So I'll never
Mm-hmm.
choose an epidural
Mm-hmm.
again.
It's the perspective.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
felt everything. Like my whole energy changed, everything. It was completely different. It was completely different. And I feel like we as women go through so much already. childbirth, even though it's pain, it's great pain because you actually did
Mhm.
something. Like you really understand your strength. You really understand how much pain you can actually take. You really understand what you're capable of.
Mhm. Yep, that is so true. Because I had no epidural with my daughter, and I can definitely feel you on that. You felt everything, and like you said, it was great pain. It was fine. You can get through it, and that's what I kept telling myself while I was holding on to them poles on that bed.
Yes.
Shoot.
But it was like
Mm-mm-mm.
I was more aware. I was more aware of what was going on during pain than I was when I had the epidural. When I had the epidural, I just remember them saying, "Just push," and and that was it. I was like, "I'm tired now. I'm done with this. I'm tired." But the other two, I was up. I mean, I was tired, but I had that energy. And then I also felt like my milk came in faster. Like everything just started immediately compared to when I had the epidural. When I had the epidural, I felt like it took a little longer. I felt like it took longer. I felt like
Okay.
I think for me, I think I cried for like a week or two because my milk wouldn't come in. You know what I'm saying? When I had the epidural. But then when I didn't have the epidural, it was
Okay.
like automatic.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been me. It could have been me being young. It could have been a whole lot of things. But now that I look back at it, to me, I felt like when I had nothing in my system, my body worked properly. When I had medication in my system, it took a little longer for my body to catch up with what was really going on.
Going on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Understood. Well, thank you for sharing that with our listeners. You don't know what mom needs to hear that and see the different perspective and the different changes that you were experiencing from having an epidural and not having one. So, and then doing it twice, not having one too. So that's super dope. I love it. Thank you for sharing and being transparent.
Oh, and let me also say, if you don't have the epidural, your labor won't last as long. I went from 8 hours to 6 hours to 4 hours,
Mm.
like fast. You know what I'm saying? Like my first child was eight
Wow.
hours, my second child was 6 hours, my third child was 4 hours. Like I was ready. But I think it's because the pain. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Your pain make you contract faster. Well, for me it did. Meaning that your body is working more faster compared to the
Okay. Okay.
epidural slowing it down because you're not really feeling the pain, even though it's happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Sharing some light on things. I appreciate it. Can you tell us about any memorable or humorous moments from your experience as a mom?
Um, this this little one right here I got now, girl, it's always a moment. I think it's always a moment with him. I think it's his mouth for me. I think his mouth is so much like me, but just like his father.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that come out his
Mm-hmm.
mouth just be like, really, But let me think. Hilarious when it came to these kids. I think everybody had their little moments, but that's. I think it's hilarious depending on the
Mm-hmm.
child, not really depending on if it's funny to others, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just for me,
Yeah.
it's more of their personality compared to something that has actually been done.
Okay. I love the answer. I love it. You giving them their respect on each level. So that's dope.
Yeah, because my oldest child, he's the love child. He's the one who loves you, who care about you, who think about you, who like he's just that love child. You know what I'm saying? And he analyzed everything. My middle child, he's the aggressor. He don't want to hear, he don't care. It's his way or no way. He wanted when he wanted. Kind of, This last child, he's
Hmm.
funny, he's smart, he's lovable, he's more caring. He's like the oldest child times two with a mouth.
Hmm.
So they all different.
Hmm.
And I think seriously. So I really feel like all my kids got something of me.
Okay.
I feel like my oldest got my love. My middle child got my meanness. My younger child got my funny and playful side.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
you know
What inspired you? Good. Okay. Okay. That delay. I apologize.
I know.
What inspired you to become a reseller?
So I've always shopped at the thrift store, right? I've always loved my grandmother's fashion. I always
Hmm.
loved my grandmother and her sisters was always fly. Um, so I always used to go to the thrift store, and when I was about maybe 18, 19, I was like, I'm gonna get me a thrift store. That was my thing. Everybody always used to say, you can get you a thrift store. I used to like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to have my own business. I wanted to get a thrift store because I always felt like when I was so when I graduated, I went to Dress for Success to get my first couple of pieces of clothes for an interview. And I loved it. I felt like they
Hmm.
made you feel important. They helped you you know, look presentable. Like they was helping me start my future, right?
Hmm.
And it's a
Hmm.
feeling when you put on clothes and you feel like you can do anything. And so that's how clothes
Hmm.
make me feel. Like certain clothes make you feel like you can do anything and make you feel a certain kind of way. You can be five different people in five different outfits, right? And so I always was like, I want to get a thrift store. I want to get a thrift store. I'm always looking for closet space. I'm always looking for different little pieces. So then when the pandemic happened, I was like addicted to Instagram. I got addicted to Instagram buying. I was girl, I don't even want to tell y'all. But I was addicted to it and I watched them for like 3 months. I'm serious. I was addicted because I was like, oh my God, I need that. I
Hmm.
need that. I need that. Um, but I watched resellers for 3 months. I got in DMs. I was asking them questions, just trying to figure out, how it worked. I went on Facebook, started looking at their
Hmm.
lives,
Hmm.
guys hook up to people DMs. And I was like, I can do this. It's easy money. I get to shop. It's my therapy. I love to do it. I like to talk to people. I like to meet new people. So let me just do it. So I started off. Now, mind you, I already had like some racks because I used to do flea market stuff all the time. Like I used to be doing flea markets every weekend. I used to take the kids. Let's go get your toys, your clothes. You want some money? You want to go buy something? Let's go and sell. I was selling my old clothes, stuff that I didn't want around the house. And then I put it up. Then when Instagram started, I was like, you know how much clothes I got that I can't fit no more? Let me go ahead and start selling. I said, let me just get 2 racks together. I got 2 racks together, went and bought a couple of things, and then it just started from there. I started meeting ladies online from the DMV area, and I was been doing it for what, 2 years now. And then I started a group. Well, it really wasn't a group. I just started more like a support system. So me, I went to school for social work, right? I'm always the kind of person where I like to share what I know, right? You ever seen that show, See the Science Kid on PBS? I always want to know everything
Yes.
about everything. That's
Yes.
me, right? I always want to know everything about everything, and if I don't know, I'm always searching. So if you ever call me and you ask me something, I know something. I can at least point you in the right direction, or I'm gonna go read about it to be able to know about it, right? So that's how it was with
Exactly.
this. So I started just, getting ladies together. They was asking me questions. I was asking them questions, just getting knowledge from those who I seen who was doing what I wanted to do or who was in a place where I felt like I wanted to be, right? My thing is to pick those people that had the same energy that I wanted. Because one thing about Instagram, people can put on a show, but their energy ain't real. So for me, it was more, let me take all the good stuff from those who I feel like had the energy that I want to give out, right? Like I need people who got customer service, who just loving what they do, who not just only out here for the money, who have a purpose. Like it's always important to get fed by people who have a purpose. It's always important to find the people with the energy you want or the energy that you have. And that's what I did. And, you know,
Yeah.
some come, some go. And that's where we are with it. But I really like reselling. I really like reselling. I haven't done Instagram lives in a minute only because it's getting to be too much for my house, right? I like doing pop-ups because I can take all my stuff. I can talk to people, and I like to be around people who love what I love.
Okay.
People, when I'm on live, I gotta do too much reading. I don't like talking to myself. Um, I don't know. It's just something about it now. I'm just not feeling it. So I decided in February
Yeah.
to only do pop-ups all summer, right? So I was doing a pop-up every weekend since March up until September. And then I'm only doing 2 pop-ups a month. But now I'm
So
ready to
you
get rid of
found
all
some
this
regular
stuff.
spots that you're going to?
Um, yes and no. So yes and no. So this was like my trial year, right? So I went to places
Okay.
where I felt like had the audience that I wanted to sell to. Um, was in the DMV area. Like I've done DC all the way to Richmond. And people have to understand what you have. Like, you curate things because you like them, right? But who else gonna like them? So I say that to say
Mm-hmm.
everybody loves vintage, but
Exactly.
everybody don't like the same vintage. And I say that because
Mm-hmm.
when I go, let's say for instance, I go down to Adams Morgan. What's in Adams Morgan is not the same at a pop up that's out in Brandywine or out in Suitland. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be around the people who like what you like to be able to sell your items. Like everything that I have is not always going to be colors. I love color. You never. I'm always in color. I might got a piece of black on, but I'm always in the color. Pink, purple, teal makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I always have color,
Okay.
even though I have black, brown, like the neutral colors, right? But everybody don't like color. We like color,
Mm-hmm.
you
Okay.
know. Um, Other people
Right.
like color, but their colors are more of the neutral or the primary colors, not the bright colors. So I just been going to
Right.
different pop
Mm-hmm.
ups around to see who like what. Um, and that will determine where I'm going to go next year. But it's also about the demographics.
Okay.
For instance, I realized in Richmond they like more streetwear, more baggy clothes. They like color, but
Mm-hmm.
not as much. They like more neutrals, army green, tans, beige. In DC, certain parts of
Mm-hmm.
DC, they like pastels, flowers, prints. Other places might like
Mm-hmm.
bright,
Mm-hmm.
bold sequins, like hello clothes. Like, hello, you see me. I walk in, you see me, right? So where do you go for pop-ups that's gonna bring the people
Mm-hmm.
that want the items that you have? On Instagram, it's like rolling dice. If 15 people in my room,
Mm-hmm.
that means 3 people are plus size, 3 people are small, 2 people are mediums. You know what I'm saying? 3 people maybe a large. Somebody might be in between. But out of all those sizes, 3 people looking for bright colors, one person looking for sequins, somebody else looking for work clothes, somebody else looking for streetwear, somebody else you know what I'm saying? So do you have a collective of items or do you just have a certain item?
Yeah.
Me, I wear it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm a tomboy at heart. I am not a girly girl. Most people see me. I, I'm not a
Really?
girly girl. I can. Mm-mm. I'm a I'm a tomboy at heart, honey. I like to wear big jeans and Tims and boots and big coats and all that. I like heels, but not really. But I can get cute if I really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love a skirt.
Right.
I love to show
Mm-hmm.
my girls and but that's not who I am for real. I'm laid back. I'm chill.
Okay.
I don't have to be seen to be seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm a kind of person
Got
where my
got
personality is seen. My energy is seen. So I don't always have to look like something to be seen. I don't like makeup. I don't like to be beat and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my thing. I don't like jewelry like that. I like earrings, but I don't like jewelry for real. That's just not me. And so I don't never
Mm-hmm.
want to put on that persona with people to make you think this who I am. You like me like this or don't like me at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I learned
Right.
about reselling is that you got to put on a
What do you mean?
face for people to make people feel better about themselves to
Mm-hmm.
be able to buy from you. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I want to be me and I want to sell you
Mm-hmm.
and show you what I love. And if you love it, then you can buy it.
Right.
If you don't, then you don't. But what I'm wearing ain't got nothing to do with what you wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look presentable, but I'm not gonna beat myself up for an hour and 2 hours to get on here and portray somebody that I'm not. So reselling online is completely different from pop-ups.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Pop-ups, you can feel me, right? You can feel where I'm coming from. You can hear me on the phone. You can see me, but you can't feel me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a difference for me. It's a difference.
Right.
I don't know. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just rambling. Sorry.
I understand. I can understand. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
But
I can understand because I'm listening because it matters within business and all aspects. So,
yeah,
you have to know about your demographic. You got to know your target audience and what works for you works for you. And like you said, it's more interactive being at a pop-up and seeing people in person versus just you in the room talking to your phone. It's a big difference.
yeah. But you seen the difference from like me and you. We talked when we was on IG, but then when we got in person, it was totally different, right? Like
Mhm.
talking to you for like we supposed to be dropping off something,
Right.
and we end up standing there talking for like 35 minutes about everything. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a whole lot in 30 minutes, just standing there
Yeah.
exchanging a pair of tights. So it's a difference for me. Like
Hmm.
I didn't
Hmm.
get into this business to talk to myself. I didn't get into this business to portray somebody on the phone. I got into this business because I wanted to meet people. I got into this business because I like to pick people's brain. I got into this business because I like to social work and don't even realize I'm social working. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I say that
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
I like to, I don't know, I like people. I like people and I don't like people, which is so crazy. But I like certain people. I like certain people. I like certain kinds of people. Let me say that.
Hmm.
So, and
Hmm.
and and and
Shoot.
I'm gonna explain that because I was thinking about that when I was driving home. I like people that can teach me something. I like people who can
Hmm.
make me think. I like people who have drive. You know what I'm saying? I like people who's a doer and not a talker. If I say I'm gonna
Hmm.
do something, I'm gonna do it. I got so many
Hmm.
ideas always in my head. Like I'm an entrepreneur for real because I come up with so much stuff that half the time don't even get done. I got so many ideas that all the time it don't get done, and it don't get done because I got so much going on up in here that I can't get it all done. But
Hmm.
I want to get it done. But sometimes it's not always about you doing it by yourself. It's about finding people that got the same drive as you. They got the same ideas as you, so that you can be able to build each other up, so you can be able to get where you're going. And I think that's why I started the DMV sisters, right? So you notice
Okay.
how I was dedicated to the DMV sisters at one time, right? I don't like to always come up with all the ideas and then gotta push people
Okay.
or
Hmm.
motivate people to do it. You either gonna do it or you're not. If
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna do it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna push you to do it, right? The point of me getting the
Yeah.
group is because I feel like we all can win together. I'm not a person who likes competition. Not don't like competition, but I'm never in competition with no one because there's always enough money out here for everybody.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
We don't have to sell the same. We all like vintage, but we all have different vintage. We all have different styles. We all have different
Mm-hmm.
perspectives. We all have different business plans. We all have different ways of setup or, just putting things together, right? So if you have 5 people, just example, you got 5 people, they got 5 different things, they have 5 different ideas. Out of 5 ideas, at least 2 of the ideas should work. If 2 of the ideas can work,
Mm-hmm.
that means everybody gonna eat off of those 2 ideas, right?
Yeah.
Compared to one person having an
Consistent.
idea and they missing something out of that idea of the reason why they not
Mm-hmm.
getting ahead. So if you had a group
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
can be able to give you ideas, to motivate you, to just assist you in the thoughts that you had, add to it, add value to what it is that you already want to do can not only boost you, but boost them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So even if it was like, let's
Exactly.
do lives together, let's
Mm-hmm.
do pop-ups together. Maybe I have a financial system that works for me, but you don't have one. Maybe you're not doing inventory correctly. Maybe you're not setting up right.
Mm-hmm.
Like at one time, I was setting all my stuff up by size. One of my sisters said, you should set it up this way. I felt like when I set it up her way, I was making more
Mm-hmm.
sales that pop up compared to the way that I was setting it up, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
for
This
me,
is.
the group was more about feeding off of each other to be able for everybody to come up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Constructive
Mm-hmm.
criticism for me is always good. I love constructive criticism because I always want to know what I'm
Yeah.
not doing or what I can do or what I need to do better. Some people can't take that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is what I learned.
Nope.
Some people don't, even
Nope.
though they agree with you, even though they like your idea, some people can't execute it, right? If you can't execute it,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
you need somebody else to help you execute it, or do you don't want to participate? Which one is it? Like it's more like which one you want to do.
I'm ready to get
And
the
so
hell.
I just got to the point where I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? Let me step back for a second. Those who gonna be there. Those who not is not.
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep pressing other people to do things. That's just
Yep.
the space I wasn't in. Plus, to be honest, I
Mm-hmm.
really started to
Mm-hmm.
reseller because I had a person who was going to college. I was like, they about to hit my pockets up. Sales need to come in more. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Look at him. You know. But I mean, that was another reason why I really started reselling too. Is because I was like, these boys getting big. I need another job. I need a second job. I need to figure out how to make more sales. I
Mm-hmm.
need to get other people ideas. And it's not about stealing ideas. It's just about if we don't mind helping each other out because we're not in competition, then we all can eat. That's just my point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. It's
Yeah.
and then everybody got a life. Everybody got their own problems. Everybody got family. Everybody got kids. Everybody
Mhm.
got parents. I get that we were all busy, but
Mhm.
I felt like it really could have been a good thing. But now
Mhm.
I just took another direction. And so I got a
Okay.
different plan. I've been sitting back quietly for a couple of months because I'm planning. I'm planning a different route because
Mhm.
Instagram has stopped for me. It hasn't stopped, but I'm not passionate about it anymore.
Mhm. Yep.
So
So
I
once
need
that changes,
to,
you gotta switch it up.
yeah, I just felt like my dream wasn't getting bigger. I just felt like, so I should stop.
Mm.
And I need to figure it out. For real, I need to think about it and I need to figure it out and I need to evaluate and then I need to put it in motion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm somewhere else right now.
Mhm. Well, I can't wait to see what's going to pop on out.
It's popping. It's popping
Mhm.
quietly. It's popping quietly. It's popping quietly.
Okay, so I know balancing work and motherhood can be challenging. So, how do you manage your role as a part time reseller while raising your children?
Reselling is my third job. My first job is myself. My
Okay.
second job is my kids. My third job is reselling. So
Mhm.
reselling is really not a priority for me. Um, Even though I want it to be my business and I want to build something, that's not my focus. That's like reselling for me is 25%. It's 25 for myself, it's 50% for my kids,
Okay.
and it's 25 for my reselling. Which I know I probably need more for myself, but I figure if I reselling my 25, that's my 50 right there. But it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Working a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 6 and then coming home and cooking dinner, resale what? Steam what? Price what? Get on live for what? I don't want to. Like, I don't want to.
Mm. No,
So
because
you
y'all put a
remember
lot of work on there. Y'all do pit to
exactly.
pit, all of it.
So you remember Thursdays was our day, right? Thursdays was my day that I used to get on. And Thursdays, it was hard
Mm-hmm.
on a Thursday. I got on at 8
Mm-hmm.
o'clock. By 10 o'clock, y'all be sitting there like this. Because then I'm tired. Everybody need to hurry up and sell their stuff because I'm ready to get off. Like, after 10 o'clock, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more, girl. It was hard. It was hard. But
Yeah.
I I said now I think I'm gonna take my weekends and do it and just do my reselling. Like
Mm-hmm.
weekdays are not good for me. It just don't work. I'm too tired. My back hurt, my feet hurt. I'm tired. I'm mentally drained on the weekday. So I felt like maybe on Saturday or Sundays, that's when I maybe do a live. But like now, Saturdays is my day to do pop ups. So that's my only day. I only dedicate one day.
Right.
So I'm not gonna get on live no other day.
Yeah.
Plus, you want me to go to a pop up,
If you went
packing
to a
9 bags. Yeah, so think about it. I'm Thursday and Friday I'm packing a car. Saturday, I'm going to the pop up from 9 to 5. When I come home, I'm taking a shower and I'm going to sleep. The stuff's staying in my car until Wednesday ish. Okay, Wednesday maybe. I finally take the stuff out the car. You know what I'm saying? I finally take the stuff out the car. You want me to put the racks back up, put the clothes back up, steam the clothes again to do a live sale? No, I'm not doing it. That's why I said I was only doing pop ups during the summertime because it was too much. It was too much going back and forth, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, I was talking to one of the resellers, and she was saying, "Well, I only have certain stuff that I take to my pop ups, and then I got the stuff that I sell." I said, "Oh, honey, I'm taking everything. I'm taking everything with me because I want all of it gone, right? I don't want to get to the pop up and be like, dang, I should have
Right.
bought that. I should
Mm-hmm.
have bought that." No. And plus, I like to have something for everybody. I'm the kind of person where if I go
Mm-hmm.
to the pop up and you got 3 racks or 2 racks, I probably won't buy nothing because I don't have a assortment. I mean, not saying I won't buy nothing, but out of all those pieces, it's probably something that I really like, but it's not calling me, right? Compared to going to the next person booth who got 5 racks
Mm-hmm.
and I can get me a whole outfit because she got a variety of what I like. But back to the question. It's
Right.
hard. It's hard. It's hard. I thought it was gonna be easier because I had one who was halfway out the house. I had another one who is dependent partially, and then I have another one who is not dependent at all. So
Mm-hmm.
how like you see this little one and he's on some high. He always now he likes to be on camera. He wants to go. He wants to do my lives. He is in my business, right? So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Some people can do it, but I can't do it right now. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it
Not
no
right
more.
now.
Just
And I didn't see him on
because
your
I
live too. I have seen him on your
yeah,
live.
but I don't have the energy to give to the people is what it
Mm-hmm.
really is. Like
Right.
I don't have
Mm-hmm.
the energy to give you what I need to give you to be able to sell my item. So I might as well not get on. Because when I first started, I had the energy. I was ready. I was on it. Now I just don't want to give it to y'all. I don't. I only can give it to you once a week, and you only can get 6 hours. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm getting
Mm-mm-mm.
too old for this, and I'm
So
tired.
I'm
Don't be
not
laughing
messing
for
with
real.
you.
I'm serious.
You gonna be just fine. You gonna be just fine. It's gonna be all right.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I gotta get my groove back.
So
That's all.
with a household, you gonna
You
get it
said what
back.
now?
Don't trip. You gonna get it back. You gonna get it
I
back.
am.
With a household full of boys, how do you encourage diversity in their interests and hobbies? And what lessons do you hope to impart about breaking gender stereotypes?
Um, I got a lot of boys in here. The dog is a boy. The cat is boy. The fish probably boys. It's just a lot going on in here, right? It's a lot. Um, it's the age difference. So 19, 14, and 4, right? Everybody's on their same page. I mean, everybody
Okay.
is on a different page, right? Um, I'm a kind of person where I don't care who your friends are. They need to be respectful. They need to be doing something with themselves, and you need to make sure that they are really your friend, right? I don't. When it come to my kids, I don't really give them no who you can and can't be friends with, right? I don't care if they white, black, Spanish. I don't care
Mhm.
because everybody got something to teach you. Always
Right.
remember that everybody got something to teach you. Um, if it's their education, if it's their customs, if it's what they do in their household, um, just their parents, just the lessons their parents give them. Like I really don't discriminate when it comes to what they want to do, what they like to do. I always say try it. You try it, you like it, you love it, do it. I'm a supportive whatever it is.
Mhm.
I didn't been through even when it came to sports. I didn't went through basketball, football, karate, judo, chess, you name it. I done done it, right? You know, boys being boys. I got a little one who want to try boxing and was like, nah, I don't want to do it no more. Then I want to do kickboxing. I got another one who tried all the sports and said, I only like
Mhm.
basketball. I got another one who did everything at least once for one season. So
Mhm.
always stay open. I just always tell them to be open, be who you are, be respectful, um, be happy with yourself. You know, like give off good energy. For me, I'm always about energy. I always tell people that it's always about energy for me. Like I study people. Like most times, if I get around a group of people, I'm quiet because I study a lot of people and I study people energies and it's always important. If people energy is not right around you, get away from it.
Mhm.
But you always
Mhm.
give people what you want to give them. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't catch me being Kenya to probably like the second time that you met me. You know, I mean not you personally, but like me being around a group of people,
Mhm.
I'll probably be quiet for the first and second time. I might laugh and joke with you, but you ain't gonna see who I
Mhm.
really am until I really feel the root. That's just and I try telling the same thing. Like you got to give what you want, but also hold back some until you really know who the person is. Never
Mhm.
listen to the hearsay.
Mhm.
I'm a person where people always say, "Oh yeah, she like this, she like that." She probably is, but as long as she don't do it to me, that's not my problem. Even though I
Yeah.
know she might be like that, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like even though I know she might be like that, I'm not gonna put that on her until she do it to me because she might not do me the way she did you.
Me.
It's always in the back of my mind of, oh, she
Mhm.
could be like this, but I don't never let people dictate to me how I should feel about somebody. Because when I had enough, I've had enough, and
Mhm.
that's what I tell them. When you have had enough of a person, you know when it's enough. Let it go because it ain't for you.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I mean, the same lessons that I give them is what I go by, right? And I try to be a model of
Mhm.
what I say is what I do because
Mhm.
it's important that you show them what you mean. Trust me, my son didn't see me be friends today, and tomorrow I'll be like, "Oh, we ain't going around it no more. We ain't doing it. Don't need call him no more." So
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm
Yeah.
serious. I mean, like example, I had a
Mhm.
girlfriend who had boys, right? At the time, I only had two boys.
Mhm.
We were cool. I realized that the things that she was doing is not the things that I wanted my boys to do. So I had to distance myself from her because I
Mhm.
didn't want my children around her boys. And if y'all see each other out on the street, y'all can still dap it
Mhm.
up, kick it, but that's all it's gonna be because they're not on the same page as you, or
Yep.
their mother not on the same page as me. You know, so
Mhm.
you just gotta pay
Yep.
attention to people. You gotta pay attention. I just tell them to pay attention to people. Pay attention to what people say and what people do because those are two different things. What they say is what they say. What they do always tell you who they really are.
Mhm. Mm.
And you always give a now. I
Yep.
always say give a person a chance, right? That being said,
Mhm.
your friend can be your friend and something happen. Give them a chance because maybe they made a mistake. But if they do it the second time, they really ain't your friend. Because a friend ain't gonna do it twice. A friend gonna learn the first time
Mhm.
that that's not who you are, that's not what you like, and that's not who they should
Mhm.
be to you. If they do it the second time, that's not your friend. Don't give them a third try. Don't give them a third try.
Mhm.
So I think it's learning. You know how your mother used to always say, "Oh, I don't like her," or "I don't like him." You shouldn't talk to them. That shouldn't be your friend. You know how it was.
Mhm.
Your parents never liked certain friends, and now that you got older,
Yep.
you look back and be like, "That's why my mother didn't like them." That's what I'm saying. Because we always see
Mhm.
something that you don't see at the moment,
Exactly.
and most times it be that person energy
Mhm.
that your mother say she don't like, and that's why you shouldn't be around them. So
Mhm.
always take what I say and just keep it in the back of your mind, and then you run with it.
Mm. 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 You never lied. 'Cause I'm telling you, I used to be like, "What's up with this lady talking about she don't like somebody?" She used to be like, let your
Hmm.
friends meet you down around the corner at the stop sign. Don't bring them here to my house because I don't know
Yeah.
what they got going on." So I'm
Well,
like,
that's
all
my
right,
motto
well,
anyway. Don't bring your friends to my house.
but it's the truth.
Tell them meet you down the street. I say that all the time. People that I don't know, if I ain't met their parent and they ain't your real friends, don't bring them to my house. Meet them up the street somewhere, down the street. Don't bring them to my house because I don't want no one. They ain't your real friends if they just coming through. I'm serious. But it's
Yeah, that's my mom. That's my mom right there. She ain't lying. Mhm.
now I don't do that, but see for me, I don't do that as much. I'm more always in the business. I'll be listening to this conversation and I'll be like, so and so said, so and so did. Why is that? Because I want him to understand what it is that was said. Like, I don't want to tell you that that's not your friend, right? I want you to understand why he not your friend.
Mhm.
And then I want you to understand why you not that
Mhm.
person friend because you didn't treat that
Mhm.
person right. Or you said this to I said, well, you said so and so to your friend. What if somebody said that to you? Would you like it? Like that's not your friend. Because you talk to your friend a certain
Mhm.
kind of way and that's not how you're supposed to be talking to your friends. So I'm always throwing it back at them instead of trying to say, I don't like your friend. Well, I have done that once, but that was for good reason because I ain't like his father. So
Mhm.
that's why I ain't like the boy.
Yeah, let them get to see it for themselves.
Yeah.
Shoot.
But I try to,
So
I
what's
just
quirky or fun? Mm,
go ahead.
you finish.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. What's a quirky or fun tradition or activity that you and your children enjoy together that makes your family unique?
Um, what do we enjoy together? Girl, we like to eat. That ain't unique, but we like to eat. Um, now that my kids have gotten older, they don't want to do nothing with me no more.
Mhm.
They don't want to do nothing with me no more. We
Really?
like, hell no. It's a now. I think it'd be a difference if they was younger or if it was a girl. These boys, they don't want to do nothing with me. Like I like to go to festivals. I like to go to shows. Like me and my oldest son used to go to festivals and shows all the time. Then he got to the point where he was like, I don't do that no more. Then
Mhm.
me and the middle son started to do it, and then he like, I don't want to do it. This little one, if he ain't eating or playing, he don't want to do it. But for me, what I look forward to from all of us is Kwanzaa dinner. It's not unique, but I feel like that's the time where I got everybody here, right? Um, we've been celebrating Kwanzaa for
Mm, mhm,
like 22 years. And so once I had my son, me and my cousin made it a tradition to have Kwanzaa every year. And so it's always, well, all
mhm,
family is invited, but regardless who come and who don't come, it's always me, my children, my cousin, her children, my aunt, my mother, and whoever else want to come. But those are the main people right there. Like I always want to start my year off with those people, right? I always want to start New Year's
mhm,
off with my children, my auntie, my cousin, and my mother. Everybody else can fall in place, but those are the people that I love to do Kwanzaa with because that's how I always want to start my year. So I don't care what nobody else do for no other holiday. For Kwanzaa, you gotta be
and that's that.
in. Yeah. And don't be coming to my
I
house
love
cooking if you
it.
can't
That's
cook.
good. Whoop.
Girl. But like,
Straight like that. Straight
yeah,
like
and see, back in the day when I was younger, it was we all cook something, right? Like for me, I'm a cooker. Well, I used to be a
that.
cooker. I used to love to cook. So my thing is Kwanzaa, I make everything. Um, we always have like 3, 4 different meats.
Mhm.
We have a whole lot of sides. Now that my cousin got children, she's a vegan. Kids, all these kids got allergies these days. So, you know, I make a variety of
Mhm.
stuff and then she makes a variety of stuff. And then whoever can make something that's their signature dish, then they can bring that. But outside of that, I do all the cooking.
Mhm.
The kids used to make stuff, but now they just want to eat. So I don't know. I need little people in my life.
It's all on
It's
you.
all. I mean, I don't mind though, but that's the one day of the year that you can catch me in the kitchen cooking like a real big meal.
Mhm.
Because usually um
Okay.
we'll have like jerk chicken, we'll have regular chicken, we'll have deer meat, we'll have rabbit, we'll have salmon, we'll have shrimp or something. And then I'm always in the recipe. You know how Instagram and Facebook always got dumb recipes coming up. I be experimenting on people. um,
Yes.
making different dishes. You know, you can still have the greens, sweet potatoes, macaroni and cheese, things of that nature. But you know, it's
Mhm.
always at least 4 or 5 dishes that everybody is tasting. It's
Okay.
a way to, you know, so
Give
I
them a
think
little
everybody
bit.
likes that. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's always different, but everybody can try something new. And then if everybody like it, I'll make it the next year, and then I'll make something, 3 other dishes, and then that's how we keep adding on to our meals every year.
Mm. Okay. That's lit. That's lit. I like it. That's lit. So, how do you find time for self care and personal growth as a busy working woman?
I write stuff down. I'm a person. I like to write. Um, I write a lot of notes to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I write a lot of notes to myself. So what I used to have a book. Then I start just like going to my
Mm-hmm.
Gmail or going to my notes and just writing stuff for myself, right? Things that I want, things that I need,
Mm-hmm.
things that I want to do, places I want to go, dreams that I had. Um, just write stuff down. It's more of a written vision board than an actual vision board. Self care, girl, I don't get that much self care.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, I'm mentally drained. But all I just want is a massage most times. If I can just get a massage once a month and some quiet time,
Mm-hmm.
that's all I be needing,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. It's hard. I didn't realize how hard it was to have self care these days. But it's actually hard to get self care when I feel like I'm taking care of everybody and everything. And then they know when I don't get it
Mm-hmm.
because then I start fussing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is a complaint. When I start to complain,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I need to take some time out for myself, and that's what I try to do.
Okay.
But
So
what I
you do
notice
end up
is that,
implementing somehow.
yeah, but to be honest, my pop ups is more like a therapy for me. That's more of my self
Mm-hmm.
care time. Um, and I think that's why I like doing that more, is because I get to get outside. Thrifting is more of my self care as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sometimes it's not really about buying nothing. It's just about going through the racks, hunting for gems, thinking at the same time. I make a lot of decisions about my life in the thrift store. To be honest, I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a bad day. I'll go through the store, even if I don't buy nothing.
Retail therapy.
Yeah, I'll go through the store and pick up a whole bunch of stuff. That's how when I used to do my thrift for me's, that's why I always have a big cart of stuff. Because that's how much I had on my plate.
That probably was one
A
that day
whole
when I
cart of
got
stuff.
my leg.
Yeah, but I mean, that's why I was doing thrift for me, because I was like, I always go through the store and I pick up all this stuff. And then I be coming out of the store with like 3 items after I put all that stuff
Mm-hmm.
out and then look at it. And then I'd be like, I don't need that. I do need this. And then I come out with 3 items.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, let me start getting online and showing people all this stuff that I done picked up. But a lot of my self care is actually in the thrift store or getting a massage. That's my 2 big go tos for myself.
Okay.
Um, I need to start planning more, to be honest. But I don't know. I gotta find the time. I think I have the time, to be honest, but I don't think I have the support to feel like I got the time.
Right. and be comfortable with the time that you take to do it.
E- Exactly. And not having the support to feel like that I can do what I need to do is a frustration for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think
Mm-hmm.
I stay more at the stores. It's
Well,
bad on my pockets though.
we're gonna figure
Look,
out
it's
something.
well, I am because next
We're gonna
year is
figure
gonna
out
be completely
something,
different.
honey. Mm-mm.
Next year is gonna be completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So my birthday is in December, right? So that is all plans and decisions that is made for me is always made in the month of December. I never really make
Wow.
plans to change anything during the year unless it's just something I need to change. Major changes always happen in the month of December. I'm getting older. It's my birthday, right? I can't go around the sun again doing the same things. I don't care about the beginning of the year, new year, blah blah blah. It ain't about the new
Mm-hmm.
year for me. It's about being reborn in the month of December. So everything aligns for me during this month.
Mm-hmm.
During this month, I make major decisions on if I am, if I'm not, if I will, if I won't, if I could, if I'm not, right? So I've been planning. That's why that's why I really been
Mm-hmm.
quiet this year because I've been planning. And for me, I like to put my plan in place. And when I put that plan in place, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yeah.
either people on
Understood.
board or they're not on board. But I won't go around the sun one more time and feel the way that I feel at this moment. This feeling that I have now is not this feeling that I will be having with my birthday gift. I won't do it. And that goes for me personally. That goes for my
Respect.
children. That goes for my household. That
Mm-hmm.
goes for my job. Right? I
Mm-hmm.
just certain things I just don't want to do no more. I'm not doing it, and I don't care who feels whatever way
Mm-hmm.
about it. But that's my more of my self care for myself is in December. Because in December you can start seeing me act different. Shit about to get shut down.
Wow. Mm-mm.
Yeah. And that even comes with the kids.
Woo.
Like I've been writing
I'm
stuff
telling
down
you.
for them. I got a whole list of
Mm-hmm.
what you're going to do and what you're not going to do starting this year. You're not doing it. It's just not going to happen. And we have to put consequences
Mm-hmm.
in place. And if my house is not in order, then I'm not in order.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
if I'm not in order, nobody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to start over because my children are getting to an age where they feeling themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying that it's that they out of control because they not. I don't play that shit. But
Mm-hmm.
everybody in their own journey right now, and I feel like nobody is really aligned to the point where
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with it, and I don't like it. And I'm blessed
Mm-hmm.
not to have children that is reckless and disrespectful and out here doing crazy shit. But
Mm-hmm. Yep.
personal growth for them needs to change for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I see changes in I see things in my children that
Mhm.
I don't like, and because I don't like it, I don't like myself.
Mhm.
If I don't like myself, then I can't take care of myself because I'm keep worrying about what they doing. So now it becomes my
Yeah.
children, myself, my business, right? It has to be me first. Because if it ain't me first,
Mhm.
then that means that I'm not doing my job. And I take
Mhm.
pride in my job. I take pride in being a mom. I think a mom to me is the most important thing that I've done in my life outside of going to school. I feel like being a mom humbled
Mhm.
me. So before I had my son, I had this boyfriend who used to always tell me that I need to humble myself, right? Didn't know what that was until I had my first son.
Mhm.
And that feeling is the feeling that I always need for myself. And as humans, we always get sidetracked. We always get
Mhm.
consumed with what's going on out here in the world. But at the end of the day, you got to get back to that humble
Mhm.
place. You know what I'm saying? And you got to worry about your kids more than you worry about yourself. Because
Yep.
what's going to what's going to happen to our next generation? What's going to happen to us when we get older? Who's going to be there for us? I ain't going to no home. I'm going to somebody's house, getting on their nerve with my grandkids, and I'm making sure their wife can cook because I'm gonna have a problem. Like, like you know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
ain't. I'm serious. Like,
Yes. Mm.
I just want my children to not only be better than me, but to make sure that
Mhm.
they are equipped with what's needed in this world and what is needed to be a good man, to be a good black man,
Mhm.
okay, to be productive, um, to be able
Mhm.
to raise children. And I always want my children to have a thing to say. I want my kids to be better than me, right? My mother did this, 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 and this, and these are things that I'm gonna take from her, and then I'm gonna add my twist to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we all do that every
Mhm.
generation, and
Yep.
I think
Yep.
the problem with my generation
Mhm.
is they so consumed with themselves is why their children is running rapid. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah.
You know, like
Mhm.
I can give a shit about a dude. Like I can give a shit about a friend. I can give a shit about a dude. I can give a shit about a friend. They don't make me. My children is what make me. They don't make because they are a reflection of me as I am a reflection of my parents.
Mhm.
And when I was growing up,
Man, it's the jams
my thing
on
was
here.
this.
It's the jams. I'm
So
sorry.
when I was growing up, the reason I never did a lot of stuff that most people was doing is because I always said, my father knows too many people. My uncle's out here in these streets and they know too many people. I ain't about to get caught up with this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to get caught up. So I need to watch
Mhm.
what I do, watch what I say, watch where I go. I can't be on the bus cussing and acting a
Mhm.
fool because you don't know who, right? So those are the same things that I put into my children. It's like, don't be out here acting no fool because you know a whole rack of people. So that's one of those taming
Yep.
things that I think that that's one good thing that I can say about them is that they don't do too much outside because they never know who I know. And they've been around me enough to know that I know a lot of dudes, and dudes are always in the street. So don't get it twisted.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I mean, that was a lot for the end.
Yep.
But but seriously, like I just really want, we've had this conversation before. We've had this conversation before about, just our generation and our children. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? And I really just want us
Mm-hmm.
to, look at ourselves and start worrying about what's going on social media and what's
Yep.
going on out here in these streets and trying to keep up with everybody and everything. And it's not that serious. Trust me. Because none of these things and none of these people care about you for
Mm-hmm.
real. Everything that cares about you is always in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And so if your house don't care, you got a broken home. A
Okay.
broken home means destruction. So, girl, we've been on here for an hour and a half.
Mm. Hey, it's when the conversation is real, okay?
But I mean,
It's when the
I really
conversation is
appreciate,
real. That's how it.
you know, I said I was going to do this because we've been talking about it. And I was like, oh, she sent me an invite. I was like, oh, about time. But we always got something to talk about.
Yes.
At the end,
Mm-hmm.
and to be honest, I really
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Man.
we all need to start being in competition and start getting back to loving one another
Mm-hmm.
and being the community and not being jealous and just being sisters because it'll change the children. It'll change the perspective of the children. It'll change the perspective of the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the world. And if we don't change, they won't change. So we can't expect something from them if we not willing to do it ourselves and be able to make that change. You know? And so jealousy,
Gotta
that
change
is
the
a
cycle,
big
man.
part. Yeah. That's a big part of the plan. The plan is always to separate us. And as long as we separate it, our children is going to be separated.
Mm-hmm.
If our children are separated, then we losing.
Yeah.
We losing.
Mm-hmm.
We losing. We like really
You
losing.
better tell them.
And people don't see that. People don't see that. People only see what they want to
You better
see.
tell them.
And don't raise your kids like that. Like, don't raise your kids to only think about themselves. For the first time, I got to take my son to a funeral. You know what I'm saying? It ain't one of his friends, but
Mm-hmm.
I still got to take my child to a funeral. The only funeral I should be taking my child to is their great grandparents and their grandparents because they should be old enough. I mean, God, willing that they still alive. But that's who we should be taking our kids to funerals
Mm-hmm.
is our past generations, not to other
Mm-hmm.
children's funerals.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And not saying he can go by himself.
Mm-hmm.
The point is that
Yep.
I need for him to go. And the reason I'm going is because I need for him to understand how important it is to be a friend, right? So when he called and told me about his
Mm-hmm.
friend, the first thing I said is, you need to go up to the hospital with your friend. Call your job, tell them you can't come. Go to the hospital with your friend because you don't understand how I feel to lose a parent, right? Be up there with your friend as long as you need to. So now I got to go with you to support your
Mm-hmm.
friend so that you can understand what a real friend's supposed to do. So
Yep.
this is more of a lesson that I got to teach him because he got to deal with his friend afterwards because his friend gonna go through something because he lost a parent. And I don't never want him to ever feel like, you know what I'm saying? He can't be there for his friend. And I mean,
Yeah.
thank God we ain't had
Yeah.
no kids funerals to
Well,
go
he
to,
wasn't
but
there.
exactly. But if ever it comes a time that it happens to your parent, then those friends or those people who do the things that you did for your friend is really your friend. That's another lesson, right? Like we go on and on about this. And you know me, I be all over the place depending on how I be talking and what I'm feeling. But
Hey.
but you know, like I gotta go teach my son a lesson tomorrow. This is this is what it is to be a parent. It's like it don't stop. It don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
And just because like, oh yeah, it's a
Mm-mm.
funeral, it's not just a funeral for me.
Mm-mm.
It's a part of me parenting because that's what you're supposed to do. That's how you supposed to do it. And just because our parents didn't do it, don't mean we ain't supposed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta think better than our parents.
Exactly.
Because I can't even tell you how many funerals I done went to from the age of 16 to now. You know, like it's just a lesson. And if I had some of these lessons that I'm trying to teach my son, I think I could have been a better friend. I could have been a better friend. I could have been a better person, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
it's more about building character. It's more about um, dealing with his emotions. You know, it's hard for these boys to deal with
Mm-hmm.
emotions, rejection. You know, it's hard to deal with those things. So this is a way that I can go and see what he do, so I know what I need to do for the next step, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then that can tell me what my
Mm-hmm.
child is lacking
Mm-hmm.
and what I need to work on him. So, you know, just
Yep.
know
You
I'm in the
gotta pay
business,
attention to
mom.
your babies to see what's happening.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I know you if y'all see my page, y'all can even hear my 4 year old telling me how I'm in this business, okay? I'm in this business. I'm in everybody's business. That's my job. That's my job.
Stay in the business.
That's my
Stay in the
job. But that
business.
that should be
Shoot.
everybody's job. Like,
Man, stay in the
are we gonna get it together? That's all I want to know. Are we gonna get it together as parents? Are we gonna get it together as parents? Are we gonna get it together as people? Are we gonna get it together?
mm-hmm.
I mean, we ain't even gonna talk about the dads. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we raise these kids. We raise
Mm-hmm.
we as women raise these men to be the way that these men are. I don't want my kids to be like these dudes. I don't want it. I don't even like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying is
Yeah,
because
we the ones that you.
what I
Mm,
see in these men is not what I want to see in my child. I don't want it
mm-hmm.
for him. I want him to be independent. I want him to know how to cook, how to clean, how to take care of himself, how to take care of his kids, his wife, his business, his job, his everything, his finance. Like I want him to get it. Because if we make these children and not and me personally, I'm talking about boys because that's what I have. I don't have no girls. God
Mm-hmm.
knew what he was doing
Mm-hmm.
why he
Mm-hmm.
didn't give me a girl. But I know what I don't want my children to be. Like, do y'all really want y'all children to be like these dudes y'all deal with, or that y'all see, or that's that's y'all friend, or we don't. We don't even want our girls to be like our girlfriend that we hang out with every day. Even if we can't see it in
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, like we don't want that. It's not a good look. We don't want our children to be like
It's
the
not.
rappers and the hoes and the socialites and the. We don't want our children to be that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the brainwashing of the new generation that we have come to because no one is thinking. Everybody is sleeping. Stop eating that meat, probably. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying,
Telling you. Mm-mm-mm.
you know. So I
Hmm.
mean,
Let me
I don't know.
ask. I'm gonna ask, what does a torch mom mean to you?
So a torch mom to me means someone who is handling their business, who is thinking forward, who is taking care of not only themselves but their children. They put their children first. They can multitask. They have emotions. They are not perfect for sure. We are not perfect, but we try to be.
Hmm.
Um, there's no such thing as perfect, but everybody has their own definition of what they feel is perfect. Um, we can
Mm-hmm.
communicate. We can take criticism. We are strong mentally, physically, emotionally. Like we can do it. And we have a lot of torch moms out here,
Mm-hmm.
but some people just don't tap into it
Mm-hmm.
because we all got it. And we love hard. I think torch moms really love hard. And we see what's in front of us at all times. And we are conscious.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you.
And FYI, you don't have to
Thank you for sharing
be.
that. I appreciate your
Yeah, I
opinion.
mean, and that being said, you don't have to be spiritually in church to be spiritual. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's all about your energy.
Mhm.
You have to learn yourself. You have to learn what makes you. You have to learn to use your intuition to feel what's around you. You have to go outside with no shoes on and put your feet on the ground so you can get it. Like, you have to center yourself. You know, for
Yep.
real. Like, you really have to take some time to
Yeah.
understand. You have to read between lines. You cannot fall
Mm.
into what others say or what others are doing. So, just get to
Mhm.
know yourself. I think I think a lot of people don't know themselves, and I think that's where the destruction comes from because they don't know themselves. And Ancestry.com is not going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you got to know your history. I feel
Yep.
like
You gotta tell you.
if you don't know your
Yeah.
history, then you don't know yourself, right? Um, I ain't never took an ancestry.com just to let y'all know, but it's just about talking to your elders.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Talking to your family members. It's the stories, it's the traditions, it's the love, it's the things that you remember as a child that that feeling. That feeling is the feeling that you always want when you dealing with your children, right? I always felt like I was safe. I always felt like I was loved. I always felt like I can do anything. Those are the things that we have to give to our children at all times so that they can
Mm-hmm.
understand themselves. So,
Yeah.
you know, people, I love y'all.
Mm,
And thank you, sis. We gotta do
I
this
love
again.
it. I love
We're gonna talk.
it.
We're gonna do some other topics. You
Most
just
definitely.
all you did was talk about we gonna talk about me. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But you know, once I start talking, I get to talking. So I be all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I be social working up in here.
It's so good.
But but
It's
yeah.
all good. What about you? Yes.
But yeah. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I had fun. We definitely need to go out soon.
You are welcome. You are very welcome.
And make sure you
We
wear your
definitely
leggings when I
will.
see
I will. I love my leggings. I love my leggings. I love them. Like
Look, and I
that's
was
my
thinking about
style
you.
right there. Okay.
I was like, I
Them
wonder
leggings
if
give
she wore
me like
those for Halloween.
no, I
Excuse me.
didn't. I didn't.
Mm.
I didn't even wear them
But
for
yeah, girl.
Halloween. I have a couple more things for you because we have to get
Yes,
into
ma'am.
this spicy side of torch talk before I let you go. Okay.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and give my little spiel before we jump into these questions. All right. So before we dive into these thought provoking questions about relationships and intimacy, I want to remind everyone that this podcast aims to foster open and honest conversations. Our guest today has kindly agreed to discuss these intimate topics, and we appreciate their willingness to share their insights. Please note that discussing sensitive subjects requires mutual respect and consent. So, we've created a comfortable and safe space for our conversation. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, remember that you have the option to skip questions or choose not to answer. With that said, let's explore these important aspects of personal growth and relationships together.
Oh, okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so has being a mother impacted your perspective on love and relationships?
Yes, of course. So I never get into a relationship if my kids don't like the person, right? Um, I never bring people around my children until I'm comfortable. So that's always been a thing for
Mhm.
me. I don't bring my kids. I don't bring people to my house or around my kids unless I'm comfortable with them enough to meet my kids. I don't have company in my house
Okay.
unless they've met my children outside of my house. If my children don't like you, I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what been going on. Um, you know the saying, in that dark, out before light.
Okay. Well, you wrap that up real good for me, okay? I'm gonna let you know that right there. Okay, so next question. Have you ever faced challenges in maintaining intimacy or passion in your relationship after becoming a mom?
No,
Okay. Okay. Are there any aspects of your sexuality or desires that you felt hesitant to express as a mom?
no.
Okay. Last question. How do you think societal expectations impact our sex lives and relationships?
Say it again. How what?
How do you think societal expectations impact our sex lives and relationships?
Um, I think that we're over sexualized. TV, social media, um, it's very over sexualized. I feel like that they throw a lot of stuff in our face. Um,
Mhm,
they throw a lot of stuff in our children's face. I don't like it. When I was growing up,
mhm, mhm,
we knew that bingo was bingo, right? That was bingo business.
mhm,
You know, here's my thing. Whatever you do in your bedroom is your business. I don't care. Um, I don't discriminate. I don't care. Like I don't care, but
mhm,
just don't push it on my child or don't push it on the children. Let the children choose for themselves when they feel like they want to choose for themselves. I don't like the fact
mhm,
that it's all on TV. Yes, I'm all inclusive, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like it should be on TV.
mhm.
I feel like it's too much on TV. Let me say that. Um,
Yeah. Mhm,
I
mhm,
personally, I've had my children. Let me change that. My children have seen it. I've had friends who was in the life, but I had to explain it to them, right? When I explain it to them, I let them
right.
know that that is not you and you are not them. You be who you want to be.
Mhm, mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
I just I feel like we all can have the same rights. We all can have the same everything. I don't feel like no one needs more recognition than the next. No one
Mhm,
needs to publicize their sexual nature, their sexual preference in public. If you like to do whatever it is you do, if that's with the same gender or some kind of act or whatever, that's your business. Like, just privacy is not private anymore. And I think that's the problem with society is that nothing is private anymore. Everything is out in the open, which then
mhm,
changes our kids' thought patterns and changes our perspective on who we are and what we should be and what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. You understand? And it
mhm,
shouldn't be like that.
mhm.
I think we all should be able to choose what we want to be, and if we want to do certain things when we become of age. And not saying 18. If we feel like we want to be something when we 13 and we want to do something when we 13, then that's for that household to decide, not
Mhm.
for the the president or the senator or Congress or any of those people to decide on when something should happen.
Happy, yep.
I think that there should always be a conversation with your children about it, because even these days you gotta say, oh, so and so got two moms and two dads, and I seen this happen and I seen that happen and something on TV, and every time I turn around I keep seeing the goddamn YouTube talking about butt this, butt that, butthole, but I'm like, what is going on?
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta block so much stuff, and I think that it's a agenda. We all know it was a agenda 120 years ago. It was agenda 60 years ago. The agenda is still here. They just went at it at a different way. Okay. So if you don't know what the agendas are, you need to read
Yep.
to understand what is happening now. You know, and we back. We probably be back in
Mm-hmm.
Roman times in a minute. I just want to let y'all know. Not just your clothes in full circle. Not just everything
Mm-hmm.
comes full circle if you let it.
Mm.
So just, be
Man.
conscious of what you put in front of your children, be conscious of what they watch, be conscious of what they see, be open, uh,
Mhm.
communicate. I think communication is really big. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to communicate. Everyone wants to communicate with an act
Communication is
and
key,
not with
man.
their mouth.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
So,
Man. Listen, I appreciate you dropping gems tonight. Okay. Sharing experiences, being transparent. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience, or is there anyone you'd like to give flowers to before we close out?
um, there's nothing more I want to say. I mean, I just want to. I give flowers to everyone, but I feel like I've had a great foundation. Um, and to be honest,
Mhm.
I've learned a lot. My foundation was great, but I've learned a lot from a lot of guys. To be honest, um, like I said in the beginning, I'm not a girly girl. I don't like girls. I don't have girlfriends. I have five girlfriends at most, right? I, I mean, basically throughout my whole life. Like, I don't like girls. I'm not a girly girl. The only girls I like are my cousins. Okay. Now I'm throwing flowers at my cousins all the time because
Mhm.
they raised me, and they really wasn't even my real cousins. They was my neighbors, and from my neighbors
Mm.
and the from the girls in the neighborhood, I took a different pause of them to make who I am. Right. Just their demeanor, just
Okay.
the way that they treat me, the things that they taught me. Like one of them taught me how to clean. She had this thing about cleaning. She had children that she showed me how to love my children correctly, right? Um, I had one who showed me about the nightlife, showed me about outside. um, I had one who showed
Mhm.
me how to be a girly girl, even though I didn't want to be a girly girl. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
I'm throwing flowers at fellas because a lot of guys that I have came across educated me. They gave me books. They showed me
Mhm.
different perspectives. Um, they told me what I should and I shouldn't be doing. They told me how to read people. They showed me the streets. To be honest, they showed me my street smart. They showed me um, who I should be and who I need to be, and how I shouldn't be like those other girls, or um, just being humble. Like,
Mhm.
now that I look back, when one person said it, I didn't know what it means, but the whole time I've always had it. I just didn't know how to put it into perspective until I
Mhm.
became a mom. And so, raising kings, I see what they mean. I understand what they say. You know, I had a guy
Mhm.
who been with me since I've been 17. Right, we still friends today.
Mhm.
I can ask him, tell him anything, and it'll never be a lie. Right? He'll never tell me a lie. I'll never lie to him about what it is. Um, and those are the kind of people you need in your life. And it don't have to be guys, but it has to be people
Mhm.
that is true to you, that will never lie to you, or when you ask for advice or you need somebody to really check you. Those are the people you need in your life. And it can be hard, but I think we all need to find those people that really care for us genuinely and really want to see the best and want us to be the best. So I throw flowers to all those who know
Yeah.
who I'm talking about or who I'm talking to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good when you
And
got
as a
people
torch
out here
mom,
that's worried about your well being, man. It's really good when you
exactly.
do have.
And as a torch mom, it's always to have always surround yourself with women that have the values of being another
Mhm.
torch mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we don't talk every day,
Mhm.
even though we don't see each other every day, you know what I'm saying? I cannot talk to them for years, and we can talk tomorrow and act like it was nothing. Like it was just yesterday we just talked. Those are the kind of people you need in your
Mhm.
life. And then we look at our kids and we doing good because we get it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So just,
Mm.
if people watching this and I ain't talk to you, it's a reason. If we got children, our children been around each other and we not around each other no more, it's a reason. Not saying that you're a bad person. It's just saying that we wasn't on the
Mhm.
same page when it came to our children, right? And that there was no love
Yeah.
lost, but it just wasn't our time. It wasn't our time. We learned what we learned from each other and we moved on, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we be better
Yeah.
moms, and that's how we be better people, and that's how we raise better children. Is because now we know better.
Yep. You know better. You do better.
You do better. Exactly.
Man, I thank you
Exactly.
so much. I thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to share space with you. We truly appreciate your time and energy. Mm.
Yes, love, of course.
I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it
Okay.
go with this. I'm telling you. you,
I'm gonna
because
see what my mama gonna say
negativity is
tomorrow.
forbidden and energy is power.
Yes. I'm gonna see
Didn't
what
have
my
a
mom
backstage
has to
pass
say
to check out the live
tomorrow.
stream? It'll be available for viewing on well, we gonna see.
No, I say that
And
because
make sure you let me know too.
look, no, it's like seriously though. I say that because me and my mom are two different kind of people. Um, she's more laid back. I'm more
Mm-hmm.
aggressive. I'm like the bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't really think
Okay.
that she really know me. You know what I'm saying? She really don't know me. Not know me. She
Mm-hmm.
really don't understand me. And I think this will give her more of a perspective of who I really am and who she really raised compared to who she may have thought I was. Because our parents never really know who we are until
Mm-hmm.
we actually show them outside of them,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that I show my mother here who I really am and who she really raised compared to who she see every day. And I hope she proud. I hope I did good, and I hope she proud that I'm a good mom. And it's because of her and all the other ladies that she's had me around. You know, her and my dad. So you know,
Well, we
it'll be nice to
definitely
hear.
dropping some flowers to mom.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and my
And
auntie,
she'll
of
be
course.
proud.
Yeah, of course. I know she will. I'm just saying. You know, I think it was good.
That's
I
what's
think it
up.
was good. You know, at the
I
end of
think
the
it
day,
was
this is what we
great.
want, people. This is what we want. We want our parents to be proud of who they raised. Okay, it's important.
Mm-hmm.
It's important. It's
And
important.
that's on everything.
Yeah, it's important that
Mm-hmm.
you proud of them
Yeah.
as much as they are proud of you. And regardless of how much we don't show it or how much they don't show it, as long as you know that you did a
Mm-hmm.
good job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Yeah. Well, negativity is forbidden and energy is power. Didn't have a backstage pass to check out the live stream. It'll be available for viewing on our YouTube channel, the Torch Mom Podcast. So be sure to subscribe, like, and share. If you have experiences or questions to share, send us an email to the torchmompodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at the Torch Mom Podcast. Remember, what you desire, you already have. We
Yep.
love you. Stay torch.